Hey everyone, it's Mace1370. We have a new limited unit out, Summer Break Charlotte. We're going to do a RTA showcase for her. Before we get into it though, please make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Also, please see the video description below for a link to my Discord. And one final note, my Alt Guild Corgi Squad could use a few more active members, so if you're interested, head on over to the Discord and make a post and we can get you invited. Anyone's welcome to join. It's a very casual guild. You can play as little or as much as you like, so we'd be, very welcoming of just about anyone. Alrighty, so Summer Break Charlotte is our new limited unit, and these summer limited units are often extremely powerful. We've seen Seaside Bologna perform in the meta just constantly ever since she was released. We also have units like Summertime Iceria, so I was very excited to hear that we were getting a new summer unit. Was a little surprised that it was Charlotte of all units. I thought for sure we were maybe getting Aramentha, and that was a little disappointing, but it's okay. Maybe next year. So I have her double est here, and I got her artifact at plus 30. I actually pulled a crap ton of these, and even have a few extra beyond the plus 30 copy right here, so I don't know, maybe it'll be useful on another night in the future. Fully mullet her, and here's the build. It's going to be actually kind of very similar to the way Seaside Bologna is built. This isn't 100% optimized. You can see there's a purple boot here, and then there's some into speed. I wanted to pretty much try the base speed lifesteal build, and I'll explain why. Her kit has this passive here that gives her this little enhanced dual attack buff, and so she's kind of like an inverse of SSB. The more turns you take, the more of these dual attacks she gets. So when she has this buff, when one of your heroes does like a single target attack, she'll hop along for the ride and do her AoE duel. You can see that here on her skill 1, and this AoE duel can defense break. You can also soul burn on her turn to make the S1 and AoE like her enhanced dual attack. So pretty strong there, with just the constant dual attacks and pressure. Her skill 3 is a single target, it stuns and then gives speed for all of your allies. And I think that this synergizes pretty well with the rest of her kit. You want to draft her with units that go really fast and kind of zoom circles around her, and so if she gives them speed buff, that works even better, and she's just going to get even more of these dual attacks. So here are the stats. I wanted her about this amount of damage. I don't know exactly how much MCD this is off the top of my head, but around 3700 attack and 290 crit damage was kind of what I was aiming for at base speed, and then as much bulk as I could possibly get, with those stats. I felt like this was kind of the minimum amount of damage. I did actually play a few games with her on a couple different builds. I tried a speed set build that had roughly 210 to 220 speed with the same amount of bulk and I think a little bit, it was the same amount of damage and a little bit less bulk. And that was kind of underwhelming. It didn't really seem to work very well. I noticed that when you play her, you kind of want her to just be sitting there building up, her passive so that she can get those dual attacks and just piggybacking off of everybody. And since you can't make her super bulky with her low base attack, you kind of want some extra element of survivability like lifesteal set, for example. So here's the gear. Like I said, it's not perfectly optimized. We have a speed roll here that you could roll off into more crit damage, but I didn't want to ruin this piece because it's pretty high gear score. And with 88 items, if you roll, off of the speed, you're never going to get that max speed back again. And I'm still kind of testing things out just to see how things are going, but a pretty similar build to SSB. This boot, I think, is only like 60 gear score, so you could probably get to 300 crit damage with this build, at least, maybe 310 crit damage, and that would be a pretty optimized Charlotte, at like the legend level, for example. Her artifact, I think you actually have a few choices here. Her artifact is excellent for her, gives her more crit damage, and then gives her some survivability. This is something her kit lacks, and so I think giving her some sort of survivability thing is important. You could also give her like Symbol of Unity because she's a blue unit, and that would help her, hit her off element, like the grass units, but I don't think it's strictly necessary. So let's go ahead and take a couple games with Summer Break Charlotte and see how she does. Okay, this first game is against Toxic Beeper. I approve of the name. I can tell you from my own life experience that beepers are horrible and you don't want any part of what a beeper has to offer. So we can look at the pre-bans here. It is Bellion and Sea Lilius on my side because I'm second pick, and it is Hwyong and AOL for the opponent. He has taken Apocalypse Ravi first, so I'm going to take Dien and Aras. Now, normally here I don't know if I would take these two, but hypothetically, the opponent could go Ran here, and then I would probably be in some amount of trouble since Diane is not super amazing into APOC Ran cleave. Like, you could just get run over. But given the bans of Hwyong and AOL, that doesn't really seem like a cleaver pre-bans, and I'm trying to get Summer Break Charlotte games, so we're just going to take Dien and Aras and see how that does. My intent here is that I'm going to want to take her towards the end of the draft and kind of use her as a, somewhat of a carry type unit. Dien, I think, pairs really well with her. Conqueror Lilius pairs really well with Summer Break Charlotte as well. These are units that are taking a lot of turns and are spinning in circles, right, around the CR bar, so you're just going to activate her over and over. I think Alencia could also pair with her well, and Alencia is good here because the opponent has Hand Guy, and he could put up buffs Alencia can go after and strip those. In addition, Solitaria is picked by the opponent for some reason, not really sure why, but that's a unit that hides in stealth. Alencia could break her out of stealth and then allow me to kill her. And lastly, Apocalypse Ravi is weak to the injury from Alencia, so, overall it just seems like a pretty easy Alencia pick. And I guess I'm just going to take Rowana because I don't want to have to ban Solitaria. I want some sort of answer right now in my draft. I could draft an answer in the 5th spot, but then that kind of forces me to ban Solitaria because then the opponent could ban that answer, right? So I need to leave myself a little flexibility. Rowana is an okay answer into Solitaria. And Hwyong is off the board, so I don't have to worry about Rowana just getting deleted by Hwyong. We have a red Charlotte pick from the opponent. I guess that's into my Alencia. So this is going to be a perfect Summer Break Charlotte pick here at the end, unless they take something that would prevent that. But we could just ban last, I guess. So something I've noticed with Summer Break Charlotte, she seems to have really good synergy with Diane, Conqueror Lilius, these types of units, but to be honest, a lot of units have synergy with them, and I don't really know. I'm having a hard time identifying like a really perfect place to take her. If the Steny was there, then yeah, she would be a completely perfect pick because that would also give you reach for Steny. Rimuru, we're gonna have to ban out Rimuru. The opponent picks Steny, we could have just taken this and then banned honestly anything, probably the Hand Guy, and just denied the attack buff, but I think Summer Break Charlotte will be fine here, but to be honest, I guess SSB is not good because the opponent has Solitaria. So, maybe here's an example of where you could take Summer Break Charlotte where you couldn't take SSB. Alright, so we can put up anti-crit. This will get stripped off the unit by Solitaria, but I think it's still valuable. It leaves anti-crit on the rest of our team, and Solitaria is going to strip something. We're not just going to hold all of our buffs forever. We still have Alencia's defense buff and the revive buff from Rowana, so we kind of want to incentivize Solitaria just to do this now, and then we can put up the rest of our stuff. So he stunned Summer Break Charlotte. This will be a weakness of this unit, is because we have her built so slowly. If she gets stunned, she's just going to sit there for a long time. But we have Dien who can just cleanse and push her up, so that's okay. The main thing here will be keeping the stuns off of Summer Break Charlotte. Debating if I want to put up defense buff. I don't think I do, because we want to save this to strip away the Hand Guy buffs if possible. I also want to get injury going on Ravi, and this also denies attack buff from Charlotte, so that's nice. We got a little dual attack there from Hand Guy, which is good for us because we have Rowana. We can push up our team now. Okay, so there comes the Charlotte. Not much damage thanks to the shield and anti-crit. I think we might as well just put up the revive. Not much reason to hold here. The Solitaria may be on an artifact that strips away buffs, but if we just kind of overload ourselves with buffs, then hopefully the more valuable ones don't get stripped. You could hypothetically hold the Rowana revive for one more turn maybe, but Rowana could also potentially get crown stunned, so we don't want to get in a position where we didn't get any value from that. Okay, we have hit down on Summer Break Charlotte. I'm debating about using Alencia here again. I think we just honestly just go again into APOC. And here is a dual attack, which is nice. And then we get quite a bit of damage there into that defense break. And now we can just finish off the APOC. We do have hit down, so that's kind of disappointing, but I think this will kill either way. Yep, it does. I guess we could have stunned Charlotte. Oh well. I wanted to get a Ravi off the board because that's the big threat. Once a Ravi is done, I think the opponent's done.
The lady of the swamp has arrived. Away with you.
And Hand Guy probably would have just cleansed away that stun anyways, right? So, okay. Now we can work on Hand Guy. I think this game is pretty much over. You can see Summer Break Charlotte get the defense, or sorry, the dual attack buff again. Hit down from Solitary is annoying, so this is showing, you know, one of the main weaknesses of this unit is debuffs, right, because she's slow. So bringing her along with the Cleanser is going to be really nice. She's going to be best friends with Hand Guy and Adventurer Ross, you know, for the cleansing, the immunities, stuff like that.
I believe this is what the
Okay, we can cleanse away the hit down.
Please.
Also, you know, the constant CR pushing from DN helps mitigate the fact that Summer Break Charlotte is slow. So we can Soul Burn here, get some AoE damage. Got a defense break on Hand Guy. We can just go into him with Valencia. Don't even need to burn because he already has it. This will also drag Summer Break along again because she has a dual attack buff, so this is a lot of damage, right? This is kind of your ideal scenario, like when you want to have her on your team. I feel, though, that she's kind of a unit where you only end up drafting her when you and your opponent both kind of shake hands and be like, nobody's cleaving, right? You know, and you end up in these kind of bruiser matches, which doesn't happen super often at a high level. So I think this is a good unit just in kind of a niche spot right now that doesn't happen very often in the meta, but when it does happen, she is nice to have. So I think she will see some play, just not very often. But we get a dual attack.
This is just the beginning.
I guess the opponent is playing for this Charlotte solo, but I don't think we can get soloed by Charlotte here.
Stop bugging me. Go. Stop horsing around. Annoying.
Okay, Valencia doing a bunch of misses into a red unit, but we get the win anyways. Alrighty, we have another game here. This time I am first pick, and Conquer Lilius is available, so that's what I'm going to take. The opponent has pre-banned Huayong and Spectre Tenebria, an annoying combination because it usually indicates that they're going to, you know, try to take you into a later Frenzy game, and they want to get rid of those tank buster type units, right? So they take Politis and Apocalypse Ravi. Politis is a pretty common pick into Conquer Lilius. Often she's on Crown, you know, they're going for stuns. APOC here, just kind of a generic tanky unit. Oftentimes they take APOC because they don't want you to be able to take Lionheart. I take Amelia. I could take Lionheart here because they have the Politis already and just play into the APOC. I think you can oftentimes just overwhelm them with damage, but we're going to take Summer Break Charlotte. I think Summer Break is fine here. You know, it's a blue unit into a red unit. My Summer Break has immunity, so maybe the Politis doesn't even strip that and doesn't let any debuffs on her. I also have, you know, 2 units that wrap around the CR bar pretty quickly to enable her, so I think she could be okay. I guess the risk is, you know, the opponent could take green units here at the end, like Violet and stuff. They just kind of don't, though. They take Hand Guy and Aim Arrows, so that's good for me. I take Landy. I think Landy's fine. And let's see here. So I don't think Vivian is the best unit, but we can take Vivian because it'll be fun. This will give us attack buff from Amelia, vigor buff from Conquer Lilius, and crit damage buff from Vivian, so max damage. This does kind of put me in a position where I want to ban out the Politis because we have the Landy. Normally I don't think you have to really worry about Politis when you're playing Lilius type teams, but if you have Landy then it is a little annoying. Most of the time, you know, you can just cleanse away the stuff with Amelia, But on the off chance that the opponent bans Amelia, I kind of want to get rid of the Politis, and this will ensure that regardless of what the opponent's bans are, I can press my buttons. I will have to kind of power through Adventure Ross, his mitigation, but I'm mostly AoE damage here, so actually I'm not sure it has much, you know, if I care about him. Like, he is an Aureus, but he doesn't have like the counter stuns like Trozit does, which would be annoying, and because I'm not doing much of the single target nuking, his barrier, I think, isn't really going to be a huge issue for me. So, yeah, we just ban out the Politis. Alrighty, so yeah, we're just gonna, I guess, try to be offensive here. So we do have the option, I could just skill 3 with Elena right away just to get a barrier up. That might be the play since it would help Landy stay in stealth. But I also want to just maximize my damage, so I would like attack buff. We can put it on Vivian, she's up first. Could also have put it on Landy, I think either way. Because both of my heroes are naturally outspeeding here. Alright, so yeah, this is going to be one of these games where everything is on counter set. Wouldn't surprise me if the Hankai was also on counter set. I think I burn Landy to keep her in stealth, because if she doesn't stealth, then that's super bad. Okay, she does Guiding Light, that's nice. We could hit Aras here for more stacks, but I think we just want to go into Handguy and put pressure. The nice thing here is that APOC has gotten pushed up, so APOC will go before Ras, which is nice. So when Ras knocks our Landy out, only Meru can attack it. I changed my Landy build up a bit. I sped her up, and so she's less tanky. Okay, he's going into Vivian. We get the Ice Crystal proc. I don't know if Vivian's going to get another turn here. Vivian's pretty squishy. No defense break, that's good. But the dual proc here is not. That's annoying. Yeah, Vivian's dead. Yeah, Vivian was probably not a great pick. It's fine. Okay, and a duel into Landy, that's also not good. Ooh, into another proc, that's super. Alright, so now we can put a barrier. I guess the nice thing here is Landy will be able to proc Guiding Light again, because we procced it the first turn after we soul burned. Okay, do I want to skill 3, or do I want to soul burn skill 1? I think we want to go for defense breaks here. We got one, but Crimson Seed. Yeah, that would make sense with the Hua pre-ban. I mean, because Crimson Seed is a good choice on APOC if you always pre-ban Hua. Okay, we did stealth with Landy, that's nice. Do we want to push Landy? Probably Landy back up. Yeah, not as much point pushing Charlotte. I think we definitely push up Landy. Oh no, I think I want to trigger Charlotte here with a skill 1. Yeah, because a bunch of the opponent's units are going next. I thought we'd be able to kill Meru there, but we were not able to. That's unfortunate. Okay, he goes into Charlotte. Meru still does not have the ultimate yet, so can soul burn into Charlotte, so that'll prevent her from getting the dual attack buffs and stuff, and I guess also take away some crit chance. At least she does not have hit down. Okay, Ras will go. Our Landy stays in stealth, but our Landy does have the Misty buff, which is annoying, so we can just go into Meru, because even if we miss... Oh, we get a duel there, nice. A little bit of extra damage. Okay, now we can skill 3, probably. Do we want to skill 3 the APOC? I mean, the stun would be nice, but I guess that would give APOC the barrier. I kind of don't want to do that. Maybe that was the play, though. That barrier with defense buff is a little spooky, though. Okay, this should give Landy her skill 3 again. That seal on Charlotte's annoying. Okay, we missed crit on Ras. Oh, and we did not Guiding Light on Landy, so that's unfortunate. So is Landy dead or Charlotte dead? If he kills Landy, who comes back? hand guy. That's a 50-50 win for us, because Marrow had her ultimate, right? That would have been bad news.
Should we get started? Help.
Okay, a dual attack. That's not cool. Relax, please. Yeah, we need to get this freaking seal off of Charlotte. Do I Soulburn? No, I don't. I think we use the souls on Charlotte here for the AoE. Boost up.
Don't wander out of my sight.
And yeah, we can just burn and then do this. Big damage. Nice. Okay, well, lifesteal build worked out there. It helped sustain her.
Single file?
Obey if you wish to live. Step back.
Okay, we have one more game here with Summer Break Charlotte. This one, I think I actually was on the speed build for it. So this was one I did actually before the other two games that I showed when I was testing the speed build out, and I was overall not impressed with the speed build. So we take Conquer first. The opponent's pre-ban AOL and ARAS, and they take APOC Ran into my Conquer pick. So I'm going to get in the car and race. I'm going to take Green Sid,
And my opponent.
and then I'm going to take Wanderer's Silk.
Bam! I'll blow everything
So
away.
my Sid is 302, so he'll be 316 with Silk. My Conqueror is 309, so she'll be quite fast. So at the slowest I would be is 316 against the Ran. I'm pretty confident I can outspeed with 316. We'll see if they take any imprints.
Want me to take
Okay, they
care
take
of
Shu. I guess Shu into just I guess a big bruiser, something that's hard to just one-shot, and then Fire Mercedes. So Fire Mercedes is a little spooky. So they're probably going Casino here, it looks like. A Casino pivot. I think the more consistent pivot is like FCC and like Dilibet or Steny or Ball or something like that. We'll take Summer Break Charlotte.
my sight?
My thought here is I have a bunch of fast units. Sid can sometimes take multiple turns if he can one-shot, you know, a unit out the gate and help set up that dual attack. You know, Wanderer's Silk can also trigger a dual attack with her skill 2. That takes 2 more turns, so you can get the duel from Summer Break Charlotte, that dual buff up almost instantly, right, with that combo. What do I want last here? I guess I want Ida. Yeah, Ida's fine. Because if they... So now they either give me the Sid Silk, you know, combo, or they give me Conquer and Ida. And it looks like their team's pretty slow, so my Ida should be faster than everybody except Ran, right?
Only when all are dead will this end.
And because Ida's faster than everybody but Ran, I don't really need to push for her. So, okay, yeah, they ban Conqueror. Alright, so we have... Yeah, that AoE imprint, and then we're going to give speed to Sid and Ida. So the plan here, kill the Ran, then probably go into Shu, I guess, or maybe APOC. We can push APOC back with Silk, Soulburn Ida, do some dual attack stuff, maybe stun something else with Charlotte, and we get outsped by 4%. So that's quite a bit. So this guy either has a 320 Ran, or we got massively speed RNG'd. I feel like it's probably massive speed RNG. Not many people have a 320 Ran. Although Aegis, I kind of recognize that guild. I don't know any of these Japan players.
Shall I attack?
But I'm calling baloney on the 320 Ran until I see it, I guess. Alright, well, okay. Am I dead? We can't go into the Ran because he has skill null, so I guess we go into Shu.
Excuse me.
And we get countered. Nice.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Okay, so... Still don't need to push back Shu because we can stun her with Wanderer's Silk, so we can push back APOC here with Silk. Pew pew pew. Push back. Yep. Alright. Yes, now we Soulburn Ida to strip immunity. Nope, it's resisted. LOL. So I think I got profoundly bad RNG this game, because now Shu is just going to decimate my team. But it happens. Yeah, it doesn't look like Summer Break Charlotte... Oh, and another counterattack. Okay.
We'll be done before you know it.
Yeah, Summer Break Charlotte looks pretty dead. Doesn't he just go into Summer Break? Yes, Summer Break doesn't really do here much. I think she actually would have been fine if it wasn't for the bad RNG. Because she could have stunned another unit here. She could have taken out Mercedes, right? And then done some dual attack stuff on this round. Man, it could have been actually really good. Overall, though, I think she's a really fun unit. Not the most impressive pick, but strong in the right spots, so highly recommend. That'll be all for now. Later.